Hello and welcome to the Gamers Table. It is Monday, and we're reviewing Scotland Yard.
Scotland Yard is a pretty good family game. The Scene. Mr. X, a most wanted criminal, is on the run in central London, and Scotland Yard's finest detectives are in hot pursuit. To escape capture, Mr. X must move cleverly and secretly. Mr. X's whereabouts are revealed only as many as 5 times during the game. To corner Mr. X, the detectives must use ingenuity and cooperation. Yeah, that ain't us. One player is Mr. X. All other players are the detectives. Whether one is being chased or doing the chasing, all players travel from location to location by bus, taxi, or underground. To take a certain form of transportation, you must be on the correct boarding spot and have the correct fare. No ticket, no ride. The options in the game, yeah, it's pretty limited. These are your tickets. That's how far you can go. You stick to the routes. Hopefully you'll corner Jack, but there's so many routes and so many possible ways to move around in this map that it's pretty hard to catch Jack. And you don't pick up a trail or anything like that. You just see where he pops up once in a while. Okay, he's over in that corner. Let's try and get over there as fast as we can. Oh, he's not here anymore. Oh, there he is over there. Okay, let's run over there and try and get... Oh, crap, he's not here anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand why the guys who are following him are also taking the bus. Like I said, it's more like a big game of hide and seek that kids are playing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Scotland Yard, back in its time, was a really good game compared to a lot of the other games at that time. Like, you're looking at Monopoly, Yahtzee. There's a lot of roll and move games. This one actually had some deduction where Mr. X moves around using different tickets. You look on the board to see where it was possible he could have went. But 5 times during the game, Mr. X got to reveal his location. At which point, you're trying to corner him in, or, maybe, okay, if he went over there, I can get him with this. And, and it could be a lot of fun playing little cat and mouse. As Mr. X, you're trying to avoid the cops as much as possible.
This game can devolve into an effort and frustration really quickly because of the tickets and because Mr. X only shows up a few times and there's no way of finding his trail. He doesn't ever have to tell you where he's been, even if you're on the spot that he's been. He's got to show you at the end where he went.
You just have to corner Mr. X and get into a spot where either he can't move or you move on top of wherever he is.
Which isn't really all that easy. Especially when you're trying to follow the routes, you have to stick to your color-coded routes here if you're using your buses and all that stuff. Some transports are faster than others, but once you're out of them, you're done. You're stuck. You stay where you are. He's out of the game. He's still on the board, so if Mr. X is silly enough to cross that or stop on that number or something, well, that's just stupid. But maybe you just want to end the game. Who knows? But he'll still be there to capture Mr. X, but he ain't moving anywhere.
But see, that's also a problem with the game.
Yeah.
Because if you're talking about a family game, well, Bobby, Sue, and Dad are playing the game. Well, Bobby ran out of tickets. He's out of the game.
Yeah. Well,
that's not
police officer stranded. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really very fun to be. Well, sorry, you're out of tickets. You're just done.
That's Scotland Yard. It's in Mr. X too. He's got his special moves. He can hide his trails with the black tokens, or his methods of transportation with the black token, or he can do the double moves and just scoot away, gone with the wind. He's out of here. Great. Now we got to go that way. We just came from that way. Damn it. So, and everybody's got an equal number of tickets. So if one person's out, the rest are going to run out pretty quickly too, I think. But
there is also the neat thing that Mr. X doesn't start with any tickets. As you use them as the investigator, you give them to him. And as you use the fast tickets, you give him more opportunities to get fast around the town.
Right.
This one is from Christian. Hey guys, I love your show and subscribed to it the day I found it. First, I want to ask Craig about filmmaking. Craig, I am a filmmaker out of LA, California, and was wondering if you were located out here too. No, not even in that country. I'm in the early stages of putting film together and wanted to ask if you were interested in giving me advice perhaps, or would be interested in talking shop about films you worked on. well, send me another email. I'm pretty sure I already responded to you. What's wrong with you, dude? It's LA. Trust me. Is that what we're saying? Trust me. You know what I mean? Second, I would love to ask you if you guys could review Cosmic Encounter, Fortune and Glory, and Dusk Tactics. Cosmic Encounter's been on the pile for a long time.
You don't like it.
Oh, my review is going to be very funny about Cosmic Encounter. Wrapping up for Scotland Yard.
Glad nobody tried any accents in this one.
Hello, hello. What have we got here? I can do the accent fine. It just doesn't deserve one. I think this is another one of those multiplayer games, one versus many, that would really be better off as a two-player game, one versus one. One guy, Mr. X, one guy, all the detectives. I'm going to give this game a 5.5. Theme.
Yep.
I mean, the story they give you of Mr. X, the famous criminal, and Scotland Yard's finest are chasing him, holds up until you have to get in a taxi or on a bus as a detective instead of taking your cop car. I mean, if they had called it just hide and seek instead, and it's just a big giant hide and seek game in London, yeah, the theme would hold true. But Scotland Yard, why don't the cops have cop cars?
Yeah.
This is Britain. They don't have guns, but they do got cars.
The finest, but here's your tickets, officer.
Here's your tickets for the night. Ooh, thanks, Governor. I can get over to YM with this. See?
Yeah.
There. Anyway, easy to learn. Yeah, pretty much. You just pay your ticket and go to where the color is and hope you find Mr. X. And it really is quite random luck that you might find him. There's not a lot of skill here, even if one person is playing all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, deduction, schmishmuction. You can't find his trail. If he pops up here when you're over there and then disappears, there's no deduction. He's gone.
Well, you see what movement he used. If you use a taxi, you know he can go from there to there.
Yeah, but if he pops up and then doesn't use a black ticket, he's a fool.
Well, he's only got so many black tickets.
So you save the 5 of them for the 5 ovals, so they never know where you went. Anyway,
Yeah, it's possible.
Fun to
move the
play.
cop easily. Yeah.
and it drags. It really drags on. Because unlike we've played Whitechapel before we played this.
That
So we have
probably
been
was a
used to
mistake.
the whole...
Well,
No, we've been used to
that's
the
a
whole...
long game, but
But, let me finish my damn
yeah,
point.
exactly. But
There's the trail that Jack leaves behind him, and you can discover his trail and get an idea of where he's going. In this, there isn't. You could cross several times where he went. You'll never know that. The only thing you got at the end, he's got to show you his trail to see that it actually all worked out.
6.5. I wouldn't mind playing it again, but I much prefer Whitechapel. It's not horrible or anything like that. I don't mind it. I'd play it again, but I'd prefer Whitechapel over this easily.
I give Scotland Yard a 6. It's a family game at the heart of it, where it's like, here I am, try to get me. It can be fun that way. I'm sure your kid would have a lot of fun being Mr. X, and then you getting frustrated. I can't get you. But yeah, I find the worst thing about the game is the busyness of the actual board. When I played Mr. X, I was actually confused. I thought I could go to a certain spot when I couldn't.
Yeah, it's the guy who got confused by RGB. What was that game again?
Plague!
Plague.
But
You'd have to watch our indie episodes for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, without Scotland Yard being the original idea, there would not be Letters from Whitechapel in that sense. Like they borrowed heavily from this game, but
And improved on it.
they certainly improved on it. But yeah, I mean, everything that comes later should be improved, or else it was a waste of time.
Yeah. You shouldn't see what did before and do worse.
If you're not making it better, you shouldn't be doing it again.
Yeah, it is a pretty busy map, like Chris said,
guess
but I don't
Hollywood
find it
could
that
learn
hard
from
to
that,
follow.
They haven't so far.
No, not so much.
Well, there we go.
And that's it for another episode of the Gamers Table. Tune in next week for a review of another game.
Because that's what we do.
There we go.
Scotland Yard is the original game in which Chapel's a Whitechapel.
There's one.
There we go.
There you go.
It's one small step